This is all the stuff that I bought in order to screen print at home, and I heard that Speedball is a really good brand, so I went ahead and got their inks and their photo emulsion kit. I'm not exactly sure how to do it yet, but I'm going to learn in the video, so you guys are going to learn along with me. This kit I got off of Amazon. I think it was like 20 something bucks. It came with 4 screens and a bunch of other stuff, and then it came with I think 5 of these transparency papers. As you can see, I have 3 of them printed, and then I went ahead and bought a scoop coater. I think that's what this is called. I'm not 100% sure, but it was recommended in order to put the photo emulsion on the screens. I'm going to go ahead and mix the photo emulsion stuff together, and I'm going to put it on a couple of these screens. I was recommended that it's smart to go ahead and do all of them since you already have it out, but I learned another method that we're going to try in this video where you use sticker vinyl to create your screen, and I'm going to try that as well. So we'll have a couple of them that are done with the photo emulsion, and then we'll have a few more that are done with stickers, and I will let you know which one is the easiest option and kind of go from there. But let's go ahead and do a couple of these screens and then store them away in my closet for at least a day so they can cure. Those 3 screens in my closet, and I'll be honest, I don't know how well this is gonna work because I did a terrible job at laying the photo emulsion on it. So I'm hoping it works. If not, like I said, I've got one other method that I'm gonna try, but I'm gonna go ahead and close the closet and turn off all the lights and let that just sit in a dark room for, I think it's between 4 to 8 hours, but I'm gonna do a solid day. So I'm just gonna let it sit in there. And then I'm gonna go ahead and clean this out so it doesn't dry, and I can go ahead and reuse this for another time. Or use the other method that I'm gonna do because I feel like that's gonna be a hell of a lot easier. I suck at doing new things, and somehow they always end up turning out okay. But yeah, I don't know what I'm doing, and you can probably tell from the video. But let's go ahead and wash this out now. Well, it's the next day, and I went ahead and made one more transparency paper to hopefully put this one on the fire deck. And I think we're gonna do this one and the dead astronaut and see how that works out. Let's go ahead and check on the screens. Again, I don't really know what I'm doing. Oh, yep, so that's probably not good. Well, that one's not that good. I don't know if that's gonna be a good thing or a bad thing. This one actually is okay, it's not terrible. And that one's okay and not terrible. But we'll try it and see if it works. Again, I've never done this before, so I figured I would end up making it look terrible at first and then learn from my mistakes so you don't have to do it. For this next part, they said to use a light box. Well, I don't have a light box, so I got a box and a light, and I made my own. This is some acrylic glass that I have, and the trick is to put this guy like that and then the screen on top of it. So I don't know if it's gonna work, but we're gonna try it. Another thing that was suggested was leaving it in direct sunlight. Well, I don't really have direct sunlight because there's a massive cloud above me, but I will leave this one outside just to try it and see. Again, if this doesn't work, it's not my fault. I don't know what I'm doing. looks like the principle is there, but it's not perfect. So I think where I went wrong was I accidentally bumped it whenever I had it on that that light box. And then also, as you can see down here, I have so much of the photo emulsion caked up that it was really hard to spray off, and it ended up taking chunks off. So I need to do one layer in the front, one layer on the back, and make it better instead of having all of that issues in it. But for a first attempt, I'd say that's okay. Again, it's not perfect. There's still a lot to grow. But one mistake down, end up cleaning the screen and completely redoing it. But let's go ahead and check to see how the other one is turning out. So on this one, I did end up using tape to hold it in place, and I'm hoping that helped. And this one already looks a lot better than the last one did. So this might be the way I go in the future, is just using sunlight. We'll tell whenever I actually start spraying this and see if that all comes out. But that's pretty cool. I think that's what it's supposed to look like, not just solid green like the other one did. And it looks incredibly awesome. This is exactly what it's supposed to look like. The other one was a complete and total failure, so I'm really happy on this one. It's not 100% perfect. I do have a little bit of a line that's missing right here, and my guess is the transparency paper wasn't flush all the way, so it didn't get that line in. But that's okay. I could always go in with a paint pen and just put a line there, and then I've got this little piece here that I can probably get out. But yeah, this is exactly what it's supposed to look like, and I'm really happy with this one. So let's actually go put this on a deck and try it out. Since that other one worked out so well, I'm going to try to have redemption on this one, and I'm going to do it on the bigger screen instead of that smaller screen. Again, best of luck to this one, because it didn't work the first time. Attempt number 2, I believe, is successful. I'm so excited. Now it's time to try the next screen idea that we're going to do, and I have my little stencil sticker paper, and I'm going to attempt to try and put that on there with no air bubbles, and we'll see if this one works better than the actual photo emulsion screens. Alright, so this is what this one's going to look like. As you can see, it's pretty similar to the photo emulsion one. It's just a sticker instead, and everything that is got that clear is going to be able to be printed through. So what I'm going to do is get some masking tape and mask up all the edges, and that should, in theory, let only the ink go through where the clear is. So what I'm running into right now is I'm not getting this side of the screen to lay down, so I'm missing a couple of pieces on this side, and then same thing over here. It's running too much on this side. Not really sure how I'm going to fix that, but I could probably get back in here and touch it up with a little paint pen and add the other details that go right here, because it's just a little bit of a circle and then pretty much the rest of the triangle. And then over here, it's pretty easy to fix. Just not this shaded part right there. So, I don't know. We've got one more screen to try, and if it doesn't work, well, I suck at screen printing and I'm learning, so I'll just have to keep on trying this until I can get the hang of it. So this is the last one. It's a lot better than the other ones, I'll be honest, but I'm still missing the side here. The concave of the deck is extremely hard to try and get that side, so I might have to make a custom screen for the deck. That would be the only thing I can think of. And then I do have a little bit of extra pieces here because I had to do a couple of passes just to try and get this part and then a little bit of this stuff down here. But overall, this one actually turned out the best, and I'm pretty happy with this one. I've got a little bit of touch-up that I've got to do, and I might just get a really small piece of sandpaper and then try to get rid of all of that faded stuff right there. But for the first attempt of screen printing, I definitely didn't do a terrible job. I learned a lot, and that's what matters. So I'll just have to use that newfound knowledge moving forwards.
As you can probably tell from this video, this whole process was incredibly hard, and I've been sick for the past few days, so that's why I was a little bit nasally throughout the video, and I apologize for that. But yeah, this whole thing was very stressful, and I was very upset with the whole process, mainly because it didn't work like I wanted it to, and I spent 3 days trying to get everything perfect, and it didn't end up perfect. It's still not bad, it's still pretty good, and I have a lot to learn. So moving forwards, I'm gonna try a whole new method where I go across the deck instead of up and down, and I labeled that in the video earlier. But that seemed to work a lot. And I know that because I tested it on the fire deck. I actually went through and wet sanded the whole fire deck to get it back to just that really cool color, and I did it again. This is how it turned out after I did across the deck, and as you can see, it kind of got rid of all of that extra little yellow fade that was here. And then I went through with a black paint pen and kind of outlined everything. That way it actually popped, because the yellow just seemed really flat. I don't know if the black helped at all, but personally I think this looks a lot better, and I'm very, very happy with the way that this turned out. Also, one thing to know, when I first printed it, I printed this upside down because the deck has the nose and tail, or technically this was the tail and this was the nose. So I went to adjust it, and whenever I reprinted it, I did the same thing again. Even though somehow, I don't know what happened, I set it up correctly and messed it up again because I'm a big dumb idiot. Yeah, this print is actually upside down. It's supposed to go that direction, and yeah, that's not correct. But this deck will be for sale on my website. It's only going to be $45. It's nothing crazy, and yeah. Just make sure you check out shopkeatonco.com if it's something that you want to purchase. And I will be selling my personal screen print decks in the future. I won't have the other two on there yet because I want to make sure that they are perfect before I try to upload them to the website and sell them that way. But if you are looking for a deck to help support the channel and help support the giveaways that I do, definitely check out shopkeatonco.com, because the more that y'all purchase from there, the more I'm able to fund the giveaways and actually do bigger and better things. This one was the last giveaway that we did, and a subscriber is actually sponsoring this month's giveaway, which is really cool. That's what that package is right over there, and that'll be for a future video. Yeah, anyway, I really hope that you enjoyed this content. I'm sorry that it was kind of long and it was very stressful for me, so I really, really, really hope that y'all enjoyed it, because it honestly sucked, and I beat myself up more than probably anybody else can, but I did learn a lot, and I'm hoping I can take what I learned and fix everything for the future. And if not, I'm gonna get really frustrated. But yeah, I'm really happy with how this one turned out. This one actually worked out a lot better now, and I'm glad that I went back and wet sanded it, because it actually made it a whole lot smoother too. So anyway, that's it for today's video. Like I said, I really hope you enjoyed. If you did, leave a like, comment down below on what you want to see next, or what you want to see custom screen printed. I've got a few more things that I've got ideas for. But yeah, just let me know down in the comments below, and then subscribe to the channel if you haven't done so already. Yep, that's it for today's video, so I will see you all in the next one. Stay awesome, guys. Later. Oh, that was easy. Wow.